Was this from that company that you emailed?
Yeah.
Yes, we'd love to review your shit.
Yep.
Yeah, and we'll be doing that right now. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo World Report at Night. I'm sorry for hitting the button a little too early there, but
That's
we have
fine.
we have a hard out tonight, so we'll be here until the top
Oh
of
my
the
God.
hour.
You just said out so Canadian, like that's the best.
Yeah. So
You're like, yes, I am Canadian. Shut up, ad.
and joining us with the box of junk tonight, or well, not junk. It apparently looks really good. Is our site director Neal?
Hi, everybody.
And
I guess introduce Zach, and then we can go through this.
yes, and our other guest from the great state of Alaska, a place that's staying in the Union, is Zach Miller.
Yes, thank you. Although a lot of people think we're a foreign country.
Well, you have an entire foreign country between you and the rest of the country, so.
That's true. We do. They're much nicer there.
Yeah. Are you gonna leave or remain? It's the vote coming up, right? Is that you or is that Britain? I forget.
That's Britain, but we're we dealt with that like 20 years ago. And,
So don't you still have the Queen on your money though?
Yes, we do.
So what was in that box was a bunch of stuff from Spencer's Gifts.
I've been in their
they have a Zelda collection. So like this is a Zelda T-shirt that sure as shit won't fit me. Very likely, if you were a patron of any dollar amount on Nintendo World Report's Patreon, which is www.patreon.com/NWR, I will probably give this out at some point. like maybe early July or something like that. So yeah, join the Patreon if you want a chance to win this shirt. I'll probably just like pick a name randomly. It's a large. Also in here we got this hat. The nice Zelda hat.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I don't know. I have a big head. I'm also wearing headphones, so it wouldn't really fit. Flat brim. I don't know if that's in, but it's the original snapback, so that's cool. We have this thing, which Shadow Link.
Oh, Justin Berube is rock hard right now.
I mean, I'm probably going to open it, which will make him go flaccid. It's modeled off of the with the World of Nintendo characters. They had an Ocarina of Time Link, and it's clearly that figure, just with red eyes and shit. But this looks great. We also got some dog tags, because I know the kids love these. There's a little alien shield and a Zelda thing.
I don't understand the appeal of dog tags, but maybe I'm too old.
And if you look on the back, there's a price. It's $14.99. Seems a little much.
A little pricey for jewelry.
Here's something that's not $14.99. They're apparently $12.99 according to the back of this. It's a pair of socks, but like they got like Twilight Princess Link on them. Like I'll probably wear these. They look comfortable. It's the Shadow collection. But yeah, so there's all that stuff from Spencer's. So as far as I know, to get the business stuff out of the way, if there is a Spencer's Gifts near you, probably in a shopping mall, I think those things will be available very soon, within the next couple weeks. So keep an eye out if you want to get some dope Zelda Shadow Twilighty stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah. So
we don't have Spencer's Gifts here.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to buy them online. I should probably like check the email that we got from those people.
Well, I've been in a Spencer's Gifts.
I mean, it's like
it's an actual store that you can go into.
It's like one of those places where like you go there, and when you were younger, you'd be like, oh, I shouldn't be here. This is so adult. And then you go there now, and you're just like,
this is so like for kids.
These people are having sex the wrong way. I think. Like, there's just like a wall of like 50 Shades of Grey, and like, and then it's just like, there's a Pikachu or Zelda in this case.
Okay, well, not sure how we're going to top that reference, but
everything's going to be, all that Zelda stuff's going to be at Spencer's on July 11th.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So now that we totally sold the world on Spencer's Gifts.
Good to know.
Yeah. So you can pick all that up then and get your own hat, and hopefully I think the flat brims are in style, but well, I don't care about fashion much anyway, unless I'm being a fashion model in Tokyo.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's a segue.
Wait.
Yes.
let me get
So
this right.
so Neal and I have both been playing, and I have a review up on Nintendo World Report, and Neal's review will be in the next issue of Nintendo Force magazine, coming out very
Back to
soon.
Neal. Yeah.
And
We go to
and
print like tomorrow, so I think if you're a subscriber, the digital version will be out within a week, and then I don't know. I don't know the timelines on that stuff. I just write occasionally.
yeah, but we can both say with confidence that that game is awesome, and its ESRB rating is about as good.
Yeah, it's like an 8.5. The game itself is like a 9.
Yeah, I got this about a week. I got this about a week ago, and for something we'll probably talk about in a few minutes here. It was a very stressful week for me in terms of playing games for review. But man, I'm still playing TMS, even though I'm technically, I could say I'm done with it now that the review's out, because I want to see just how crazy this train can get.
Yeah, no,
Neil's
I mean,
trying to hit.
I like Tokyo Mirage a whole lot. I'll put this dog back down. I'm leaving the hat on. What? What?
I thought the dog was jumping out of the window.
Oh.
Hey, Donald, I'm keeping in one instance of that word that made you
the
sad.
dog jumping out the window.
There you go.
Crisis averted. Anyway, no, I've been playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions a lot as well. Much like Donald, I'm still playing it, even with my review written. I think that game is fantastic. It's really good. Like, that combat system might be one of my favorite in an RPG, like, ever.
Really?
It's really good.
Yeah, there's just something really fun about pulling off an attack and then seeing all of your teammates jumping in with their attacks and keep rolling it through.
Yeah, that was cool.
And breaking into random dance numbers to extend the combo.
Yeah. Although I wish some of those dance numbers could be extended. Like if I have to see like Kira just like walk down the aisle in that dumb hat one more time when she triggers that one move, you know the one.
Yeah.
Do you get more than 3 party members?
There's 7 total.
Oh shit!
I don't know if that's
how many can you have at one
Sorry,
time?
there's it's three at once.
Okay. Three at once, and then but if you partway through the game, you'll pick up the ability to actually bring them into your combo. The people that are not in your party into your combo. So that's how you go from, okay, this is doing a bit of damage to, oh my god, I just wrecked the world.
Yep. Yeah, no, I had that that aha moment is wonderful, and then you're just like feverishly trying to find like, all right, what's the upgrade that I need to do so that way everybody can do this. And it feels so good when you just like you're like scrolling through your attacks and you're like, oh, if I do this one, then 6 people attack at once. This is incredible. Yeah.
And you're crossing your fingers every turn. It's like, oh, please come up. Please let the extenders come up. Please let the full heal technique come up.
Yeah, like the ad-lib stuff. And like some of that is a necessity. Like you need to have the odds be in your favor to beat some of these bosses. That's something that I would maybe count as a little bit of a negative, is that some of these bosses are punishingly difficult. And sometimes like a large step up from any of the enemies that you're fighting in a dungeon. It's just like, you're like, all right, I'm beating these guys pretty handily, and you go to the boss and you're just basically like one-shotted.
Ooh.
Yeah, some of those bosses will wreck your shit, especially if you did like I know I did, Neal. I think you did the same thing. We started on hard and then worked our way down.
I'm curious, when did you go back down to normal?
End of chapter 2.
All right, that's the same for me. That boss at the end of chapter 2 is a hell of a thing.
Yeah. Although he didn't keep me up till 4 o'clock in the morning like the boss at the end of chapter 4.
Yeah, no, that happened to me as well with the boss in chapter 4. I think chapter 3 was the only one, or I mean, like chapter 1 and chapter 3 were the 2 that didn't give me as much of a headache, but the other ones are definitely Satan incarnate.
Welcome to Mega 10. Enjoy your stay.
I do want to talk briefly about, like, I guess the future of Mega 10. For people who don't know, Shin Megami Tensei 4 is an awesome game, and I was looking at some footage from E3 of Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, which is coming out likely in September, summer, according to Atlas officially. So if you get Tokyo Mirage Sessions tomorrow, and you're like playing it this summer, and you're like, this is great. Like, there's another Mega 10 game coming out. It's not going to have dancing. It's going to have a lot more like sweet-talking demons to get them to join your party, but I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot of overlap in how those games kind of flow and work.
Isn't the sweet talking demons kind of what makes that series that series?
Yeah.
Yeah. The negotiation part, it can be a little tricky, but it has some pretty funny moments too, actually.
Yep.
But I think the big thing is that this is like Tokyo Mirage Sessions is in no way resembles Mega 10 just based on the tone of the series. Like, this is so lighthearted, it's not funny. And Zach, as somebody who kind of hated, I think you weren't a big fan of the social elements in Persona 4.
Correct.
Yes, Tokyo Mirage Sessions compresses it into intermissions in between the chapters, and you have like 8 people at most to worry about instead of 25.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
you
like
only have to do like 3 quests for each of them, and they're maxed out.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is basically like this beautiful love baby of Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, and Fire Emblem. It's awesome.
Now, the Fire Emblem is just totally window dressing, right?
No, not entirely. I would say that's the least influential of the 3 series, but it's still there. Like, the weapon triangle shows up. Later in the game, you have the ability to use Master Seals to change classes of your characters, which are all Fire Emblem characters.
Right.
Or the Mirages are Fire Emblem characters. So, like,
right.
the main guy, Itsuki, and he's paired with Chrom, who, like, every Fire Emblem character conveniently lost their memory. So they're just kind of like, I don't know where I'm from, but I'm here now. And then, like, partway through the game, you have the ability to change their classes, much like you can do in partway through the game in Fire Emblem.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah, like, this is it's a hell of a game. It is currently my favorite RPG of 2016. I've been playing a lot of it. Yeah, I've been. Yeah. I think because I've been keeping a list along with my evolving Game of the Year list that I have, and I believe that my top RPGs of 2016 is about 8 or 9 games long at this point. And I jotted down some games that I expect to be playing in the second half of the year, and that list will get to like minimum 15 by the time all is said and done. And that's like with missing things that I expect to not finish.
RPGs and anime both heavily happening on Nintendo systems this year.
That is very true.
Yeah, but speaking of anime happening, the other thing I've been playing, which is what I was working on in between Tokyo Mirage sessions, is my review went up today for Zero Time Dilemma. And
right.
Apparently, I am on the low end of this game because it is pulling in 9s and 10s like you wouldn't believe, but that's for the Vita version. Surprisingly, only one person has called me a douche so far, despite the fact that...
Was it that Reddit thread?
No, it was GameFAQs.
Okay. Oh, yeah, they would do that.
Yeah. The Reddit thread was actually pretty civil about it.
Yeah, no, like, because I got... People might know I do run this website, NintendoWorldReport.com, so I have like a lot of email things that are just like, a lot of people visited your site from Reddit today. So I investigated that and then found that there was a Reddit thread for Donald's review, in which like a lot of people were like, 7.5, what the hell? And then they're like, oh no, I read it. He made a lot of good points.
People read reviews, they don't just look at the score? I'm shocked.
I was kind of like, good on you, Zero Time Dilemma Reddit community, because it was like I went in there expecting I'm like, oh god, poor Donald, and then it's just like, oh no, they're all like some of them disagree with him, but they're expressing themselves in a very reasonable manner. This is very positive overall.
Yeah, sometimes there's some pretty good subreddits out there, and from what I saw, the Zero Time Dilemma one is definitely one of them. But the game itself, like on other platforms, is scoring a fair bit higher. Like some people are saying it's Game of the Year, so, a lot of 9s and 10s. I think I'm the lowest score on OpenCritic right now because the person I was working with, friend of the site, Seren, I don't think her review has hit those yet because she was actually harder on it than I was.
Yeah, I think she tweeted about her. I actually don't know if her review ever will because
it's a print roll. It's print only.
Yeah.
You live in a certain area to see it.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, from what I can tell about the 3DS version is the worst version of this game.
I mean, in terms of like maybe visuals, but isn't the gameplay exactly the same?
There.
Wouldn't the problems you talked about in your review be present in the Vita version too?
Some of them were, but there is. I probably should have mentioned this in the review. There was one puzzle in particular because I was trying to be because they specifically said no spoilers, so I was trying to be as vague as possible. But there's one puzzle in the 3DS version that even on a new 3DS is damn near impossible because you're trying to see playing cards on a table. They're about yay big.
Oh.
And the Vita version pumping out at a higher resolution is going to see that way better. And actually, the Steam version is probably going to be the one to play.
Yeah, and I believe all 3 games are coming to Steam if they haven't already, right?
Yeah, they've said that at least 999 will, and they'll probably bring Virtue's Last Reward because there's no point in skipping that one.
And that's, I mean, we are a Nintendo site and everything, so that's why we only have a review of the 3DS version of Zero Time Dilemma. But it seems like even though the series started on DS with 999, I don't think Nintendo platforms are currently the best place to play that series. I think that from what I heard, the same thing with there was a save bug with the 3DS version of Virtue's Last Reward.
Right.
So I think that the Vita version of that was superior, and the Vita version and PC version of Zero Time Dilemma seemed to be superior to the 3DS.
Yeah, and although I think with the digital version of Virtue's Last Reward, they stopped that bug from happening, but they did it by disabling the ability to save in the rooms that caused the problem. So if you got the 3DS version on sale, having recently replayed the Vita version of Virtue's Last Reward, I can say that I do prefer the 3DS there, just because I had some issues with fat fingering on the touchscreen of the Vita. But for this one, it's probably going to be way easier to play on the Vita. And if I can get my hands on a cheap PlayStation TV or borrow it from somebody, I want to do like either an FAQ or a video showing how to solve some of these puzzles because they drove me nuts.
Might be nice.
Must be nice.
Yeah, but I mean, there was one puzzle that the Seren had on the Vita version. Like, she was feeding me screenshots of her progress, but she started it at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time on a Monday, and she didn't finish it until 1 o'clock in the morning the following morning.
Ay.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like those games that much. Also, I fell asleep whenever I tried to play 999.
My advice for this one, do get it day one because it's cool that the fact that this game is actually existing is a minor miracle. But wait about 72 hours for the hints to start coming out for some of these puzzles, because there were some very tricky moments in this game, and some hints may not even show up depending on the path that you take through the game.
Wow.
Which is the reference to playing the game wrong that I made in the review.
Right. That's kind of brutal.
Yeah.
Because I have to admit, before I played these with FAQs, and now I see why.
Yeah.
That's like me with, to a lesser extent, the Ace Attorney games. Because every now and then there's just like something there that like you just miss, or like you skip a step in the process. That's what always killed me in Ace Attorney games, is that like I'd be like, oh no, I need to like present this, but in order to be at a spot where you present that, you need to like answer another question or trigger something else.
Weirdly enough, I'm using a FAQ on Pokemon Troze.
Which was that the 3DS eShop game?
Yeah, it was on sale during E3 for $4.
The Battle Troze, I think you mean, because Troze was a puzzle game on DS. Battle Troze is very different.
Okay, well, it's Battle Troze.
And then there's Shuffle, and I still think that Shuffle is the one. Shuffle is the one true Pokemon puzzle game. I think that it's light years better than Battle Troze. I think Battle Troze is frustrating and difficult and annoying. And the way to survive in that game is just make pairs as fast as humanly possible and set off chains. There's no other action in that game other than doing that, even though they have these mechanics where, like, oh, you're fighting Pokemon, and, like, oh, they put up walls and stuff, but all it really comes down to is just make those matches as fast as possible.
Yep.
And there's no variation.
And it's frustrating because sometimes, like, you probably know, you're about to clear the box, and a Ditto falls in the wrong spot. And,
Yep.
oh, now I didn't clear the box, and now the bad guy killed me.
Yeah. I believe I have a review of this game that...
You did. You gave it like a 7.5.
Yeah, like, I enjoyed it. It's just that I like puzzle games, but it's...
Yeah.
I think that Shuffle's a better game, even with free-to-play mechanics.
I got $4 of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
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 And a lot of the Shuffle time stages, I think, are basically Battle Troze stages, except you don't have to worry about Dittos randomly falling in.
Nice.
Yeah, I gave it a 7 out of 10 back in March 2014.
Yeah. I'd probably give it a 6 right now.
Yeah.
So, Zach, are you playing anything else right now, or?
I'm playing the Uncharted collection because Best Buy had it was on sale for a weekend, not last weekend, but the weekend before, for $30. And I thought, why not? I can get rid of my Uncharted PS3 discs. And I played through Uncharted 1. The Uncharted 1's really not very good.
No.
Especially towards the end.
2 is really good.
2 is great. I just started 2, and it's immediately better. But both of the games have kind of a weird... You know how in Assassin's Creed you're always kind of fighting with the controls to do it exactly what you want?
Yeah.
That's kind of the way Uncharted is.
That's why, like, I really enjoyed 2. I got 2 around when it came out. That was, like, shortly before I got my PS3, and it got such rave reviews that I was just like, oh, I'll go out and get it. Back in my college days, I had more free time. And I played through it. I really dug it. And I got 3 on PlayStation Plus and started to play it and just realized I was like, no, I played one of these. I'm good.
Yeah, that's kind of... I gave up on 3 because 3 had a lot of Crash Bandicoot chase sequences. And about the 4th one, I was like, I hate this.
Yeah, it's not like I dislike Uncharted games. It's just that, like, I had my one, and I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I'll probably like if I get 4 on PlayStation Plus, or if I get it like really cheap or something, like, I'll probably play it. Like, they're good.
Yeah, that's
I
my
don't need to
feeling.
play anymore.
I do want to beat 3 this time, but 2 is really the high mark for me.
Yeah.
I've heard 4 is really good, but I can wait a very long time to play it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just got this Rhythm MegaMix game.
Yeah, I've been playing some of that.
Is that good?
I'm terrible at rhythm having games. Like,
I was pretty good at the Wii one.
I don't have any rhythm. Like, that's
a problem.
That's a fact. I played this game actually last year when it came out in Japan, which is kind of funny because I played, I guess, Rhythm Heaven the Best Plus was what it was called in Japan or something like that. But I was playing a lot of that at E3 last year on my Japanese 3DS. I played that on the flight there and back. And then Rhythm Heaven MegaMix was revealed or was released during E3 week this year.
Yeah.
So I feel like every E3 week I'm gonna have to play a Rhythm Heaven game at this point. Which isn't that bad because like those games are really fun, and I think what I like a lot about this game, and like some of the past Rhythm Heaven games have kind of done this as well, but I think that this one's way more forgiving if you're terrible at it.
Oh, that's good.
Which is something that like the DS one just made me feel horrible for being bad at it. The Wii one I felt a little better, and this one like I suck at it, but then like it's just kind of like, oh no, here's another minigame, go. And it does a good job, and I think it also has a good way of, like, if you're in a practice stage and you're missing the timing a lot, they kind of reveal the bottom screen to like give you this really nice hint as well. And I just think it's a little more gentle if you're crappy at it, which I am. So I appreciate how gentle it is.
Okay.
But I think it's the kind of game that I'm going to chip away at every now and then over time, because it's the kind of thing where I can just hop in there, play a game or two, and hop back out, and I'm good.
Yeah, they're very short little sequences. I also want to say one thing. I know we have a hard stop, but I got all of the arcade Sega all the Sega 3D classics that were sit-down games like Afterburner and Outrun, and I had Outrun before, but those games are all incredible. Like all of them.
It's so good. They're all so good.
And they were 1986 and 87. How did Sega not win?
Because they couldn't bring it home.
No, those games were all available on the home consoles.
Not in
but
they were best in the arcade.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
But graphically, they were better than anything Nintendo was pumping out back then.
Yeah, Sega did lead for a few years around the time once they started bringing that stuff home. It's just they petered at the Genesis too early because they were so busy trying to bring out the next big thing that it gave Nintendo a chance to catch up.
Well, it's also put this into perspective, Zach. Those Sega 3D classics are really cool. Are any of them better than Mario Brothers? Super Mario Brothers, not the original.
Totally different games. I'm just saying, like, from the standpoint of, like, a technical standpoint, they had figured out kind of a faux Mode 7 before F-Zero.
Yeah. I mean, and, like, there was, they had the Sega 3D Classics Collection, which was, like, the physical. It's also digital on the eShop as well.
Yeah.
That came out back in April.
That was Power Drift, right?
Yeah, Power Drift 2, I think, is the name of the game that's on it. And, like, oh, man. Like, I didn't see that one coming. Like, I got that, and I was just like, all right, I'll try the games that I haven't played before. And Power Drift 2 is just an excellent racing game.
Nice.
That, like, visually looks incredible. Crank up the 3D. Like, it looks so cool. And, I mean, I guess, you have to put the asterisks of for its time. But it's a good highlight of a lot of those games. Like, Super Hang-On looks really cool. Outrun is just sublime.
Oh, my gosh, Outrun is amazing.
Oh, man. The music in that game, just like... I love our review that we have up on the site of 3D Outrun. It's written by a friend of the site, Ryan Grove, who's a big Sega fan. And his review is what made me go out and buy Outrun immediately. And he captures it perfectly about, like, it's just a game about hanging out and driving.
Yep.
And it's for that kind of game to come out in, like, 1988 or whatever, like, with that thought process, like, no wonder that Yu Suzuki went on to, like, make shit like Shenmue. Like... Yeah. It's just a different way of thinking.
Yeah. I have that Sega 3D Classics collection coming to me in the mail right now.
Oh,
nice.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, there's a lot of games that you probably already have, but it's still cool.
Altered Beast and Sonic.
okay.
Yeah.
But there's some stuff.
And there's Puyo Puyo is on it too, which is like Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine Kirby's Avalanche.
Yeah.
But it never came out as an individual classic, same with Power Drift.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's another hidden one. Which is just like an old version of Fantasy Zone.
Yeah.
Space Harrier, not great.
It's cool, but
you run into stuff all the time.
Yeah. You know what's the version of Space Harrier kind of that I think I like more? The little-known Square Enix NES game 3D World Runner. Which, one, has tremendous music, and two, if you get the really terrible, like, red and blue or whatever 3D glasses, you can hit, like, select and it just goes into 3D.
Oh, really?
It barely works, but it's really cool.
Yeah, so with that, Neal has a flight to catch in about 5 or 6 hours.
I'm leaving at 5 o'clock, so I have more time. I have 7 hours. I still need to pack, though, so should get going.
Yeah, we should get going, especially since I think Zach has dinner waiting for him. So, Thank you. Thanks very much for watching or listening, depending on how you're hearing this. If you want to follow us on Twitter, I'm at Donald Mick. Neal is at Enron10, and Zach is at Zmiller1902. We got a whole bunch of reviews up on the website right now, and I think there might be one going up in a little bit actually for Dragon Fantasy Book 2, Zach.
It is already up.
All right. And you can also see that our 2 Tokyo Mirage Sessions reviews for the European and North American versions, the Zero Time Dilemma, and the game of running a convenience store, because that's what's on the eShop now.
Yep. Also, I have a review of the ESRB rating for Tokyo Mirage Sessions. That's on the site right now. And if you are a member of the NWR Patreon, of the $2 plus a month or more, or I guess just $2 a month or more. You can also currently read my thoughts on Ever Oasis and why I think it could be really special, and kind of prove Nintendo's faith in Grezzo right. That article is currently exclusive to patrons, but it will probably go up for everybody else soon. But if you want to read it right now, go join the Patreon, and then we can start making more cool stuff.
All right. So thanks again for watching and listening, and we will catch you next week with we don't know what, but it's probably gonna be very interesting. Have a good night.
Bye.